So I'm making a bunny, and I need to give him a little bunny tail before I'm getting ready to start the decreasing rounds. And before it gets too hard to fit my hand in here, I want to make him a little pom-pom tail that is going to go where I have this stitch marker. So for just one bunny, I don't want to buy like a pom-pom maker. So I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to make a pom-pom just using your hands and a pair of scissors. So let me pull his body out of the way. And you start with some yarn. And I like to cut about 1 foot off first. This is what I'm going to use to tie up my pom-pom. And the first thing I do is put that between my fingers. So this is going to be my tying thread, and by putting it between my fingers now, it makes it a lot easier to just pull it around the pom-pom later. So next up, I grab some yarn, and this is going to be a smallish pom-pom. I don't want it to be, it's a fairly small bunny, and I don't want it to be huge on his body. So I'm not pushing my fingers together. I've just got them kind of loosely held, and I just start wrapping. And just wrap and wrap and wrap. Lots and lots and lots of yarn. The more yarn you wrap, the more full and fluffy your pom-pom is going to be. I have no idea how many wraps I'm doing. I never bother to count. I just want a big, fat bunch of yarn wrapped around my fingers. That, I'm going to let you see, that's a pretty fat and puffy bunch of yarns. I'm going to do just a couple more wraps, and then I'm going to cut that off. Oops. All right, so now I have that big wrap of yarn, and I've still got this little tail here. And now I'm going to pull this tail, and I'm going to use it to help pull that pom-pom. I'm not pulling it all the way off my fingers yet. I'm just pulling it a little bit loose. And now I'm going to do a little one-handed tie. If you have a person who can help you with this, that's great, but it is not necessary. Just take your time. So now I've got the first part of a knot here, and I'm going to start tightening that while I work it the rest of the way off my fingers. So now you have what I think of as a little yarn butterfly. So pull that tight, and I'm going to put my thumb down in there and do another tie. So I'm going to make sure I'm doing a square knot. So I did left over right on that pass, and now I'm going to do, I think I did right over left before, so now I'm going to do, no, I did left over right, now I'm doing right over left. Okay, so I've got my yarn butterfly tied. The next thing you need to do is just work your scissors in there and start cutting those loops apart so that you have all tails, open-ended tails. You don't want any loops in there. And make sure you're not cutting your tying thread, because I'm going to use that to actually attach it to my bunny. So this is going to make the shaggiest, ugliest pom-pom you've ever seen. This is one of the times when having a pom-pom maker would be a little bit of an advantage, because you start out with a neater pom-pom. But we're going to trim this up and neaten it and make it look nice. So I think I've got all the loops caught. So now I just take it and give it a little bit of a massage so that it's round instead of that butterfly shape. And you can see I've got some of these wacky pieces sticking off the side. So now you're going to make a mess, and you just start giving it a little bit of a haircut. And just keep turning it around. Don't cut off too much at once. Remember, you can't put it back on once you've cut it off. So go slow. And just keep trimming until you like the look and the shape of it. And I'm holding it by those tails so that I don't accidentally trim those short. Kind of fluff out it a little bit. That's actually looking pretty nice. I'll do a little bit more trimming over here. I don't like my pom-poms to be too groomed. So there we go. So we've got a nice cute little pom-pom. And then I'm going to just push that out of the way. And I'm going to get a tapestry needle and I'm going to show you how to put him onto the bunny bottom. Okay, so you're going to thread one tail at a time onto the thread. Onto the needle. So one tail goes on. Bring that bunny back. So I marked with a stitch marker where I wanted that tail to go. So I'm actually going to put one thread on each side of that stitch marker so that the thread is actually being tied around one of those stitches. So I pull one of those through, and now I thread the second thread through the nice big eye of the tapestry needle. And now I'm going to put this through on the other side of this stitch. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove that stitch marker. Pull that through. And then, once you've got both tails on the inside, and you can see that they are going to be wrapping around some of the stitches, so this is going to be nice and strong, tie a square knot. So I'm doing left over right, and then right over left. That's good and strong. I don't need to weave the ends in because this is going to be inside a stuffed animal, so I just snip it. I leave quite a bit of tail just to keep things strong. And I've got a cute little bunny tail.